Okay, let's unpack this. Imagine you're at your absolute wit's end, right? Responsible for many hungry mouths, every door seemingly closed. What if, in that moment, a simple yet profound truth embodied in an ancient phrase could not only resolve your immediate crisis, but will fundamentally transform your entire life? Welcome to the deep dive, where we sift through your sources to unearth those surprising nuggets of knowledge that truly make you well informed. Today, we're diving into a powerful, almost miraculous story behind Bhuta Bhut, the mantra that sustains all. Our mission is to explore how a single ancient chant, combined with unwavering faith, can lead to divine sustenance. We're drawing on a truly compelling account from the Sri Swami temple in Srirangam.
Yeah, and what's truly captivating here is that this isn't merely an old tale. It's a living testament, really, to the deep connection between sincere belief, the transformative power of spiritual guidance, and the very real concept of divine support. This deep dive will illuminate how understanding a specific aspect of the divine, a particular name of Vishnu, in this case, can have tangible, life-altering impacts. And these impacts extend far beyond the spiritual realm, right into the everyday realities of survival.
Let's set the scene then. We need to go back centuries ago to the glorious Sri Ranganatha Swami temple in Srirangam, a place just steeped in devotion.
Absolutely.
Back then, just as today, devotees would eagerly await their share of prasadam, that blessed consecrated food,
Right?
forming long lines, a picture of anticipation and community. Our sources paint a pretty vivid picture of this daily ritual.
You know, when we zoom out a bit, it's clear that temples like Srirangam historically weren't just places of worship. Not at all.
Right, there were more.
They were vital community hubs, often serving as a lifeline. For a desperate father, like the one in our story, the temple's blessed food, the prasadam, wasn't a luxury, not even close. It was the absolute difference between his children eating or going hungry. This situation really highlights the acute vulnerability faced by many people and their deep reliance on both community and, well, divine grace for basic human needs.
Absolutely. And among those waiting in line was this particular Sri Vaishnava. The sources describe him as poverty-stricken, yet in his circumstances, he had 16 children.
16!
16 children. That's a full house even today, let alone centuries ago, where resources were so much scarcer. You truly feel for his plight.
Oh, completely.
Every single day, he'd be the first in line, pleading, begging the temple priests, the archakas, for a large share. Not just for himself, mind you, but for his entire family, his kutumbam. You can just imagine the scene.
You really can. The pressure must have been immense.
Naturally, the other devotees, who were getting very little of the blessed food because of his demands, and the temple authorities themselves, grew increasingly exasperated. I mean, it makes sense.
Yeah, resources were limited.
When they tried to drive him away, the man cried out just in sheer desperation, "My 16 children will starve without this food." It was a heartbreaking plea.
That cry really crystallizes the fundamental tension here, doesn't it?
It does.
How do you balance the spiritual practices of a community with the very real, desperate material needs of an individual? This wasn't just a disruption. It was a profound human crisis unfolding right there, a sacred space.
Mm-hmm.
And then Ramanuja enters the picture. As a profound spiritual teacher, an Acharya, he didn't just see a problem like the authorities might have.
Right.
He saw a human being in deep distress. His approach wasn't to dismiss this man, but to understand the root cause of his suffering. He was seeking a solution that addressed both his spiritual and his very real material well-being.
So inspired about it.
Exactly. The authorities, when asked, explained the man's behavior, saying, they would gladly give more food if he rendered some service, some kainkariam, to the temple. A fair point from their perspective.
So turning to the man, Ramanuja asked him gently, "Why don't you do service here?" And what did the man say? I can only imagine the humility and perhaps, a touch of shame in his voice.
Well, he replied, "Swami, my children are always sick and weak. My time goes only in caring for them."
Just consumed by that.
Completely. He continued, "I don't know the Vedas or the ancient hymns, the Divya Prabandhams, so I can't join in the ritualistic recitation, the Parayanam. All I know is a small portion of the Vishnu Sahasranama." He was referring to that revered hymn listing 1,000 names of Vishnu.
Okay, just a small portion. And what was that specific name he knew? This is key, isn't it?
This is where it gets incredibly insightful. The man began to recite, Visham, Visu, Vatunkaru, Bhuta Bhavya Bhava Prabhu, Bhusat Bhutav. And then he stopped, almost in shame, admitting, "Swami, beyond this sixth name, I know nothing."
Wow.
The name he knew Gustav is particularly profound. It literally translates to the one who nourishes all beings or the sustainer of all beings.
Sustainer.
Exactly. Ramanuja, with immense compassion, immediately recognized the divine attribute directly applicable to the man's desperate need for sustenance. It was a perfect, almost poetic link to his exact predicament.
That's incredible. So Ramanuja's eyes, far from showing judgment, softened with deep compassion, with Daya. What did he tell the man to do?
He said, "You have uttered the sixth name, Puthavit, the one who nourishes all beings." He validated what the man did know.
Ah, okay.
From now, he instructed, chant constantly, Puthavit Namo, which means salutations to the sustainer of all beings. Do this meditative chanting, this japam, with sincere, unwavering faith, with Shraddha.
So not just saying the words.
Precisely. This wasn't just a simple instruction, it was an incredibly empowering act. Ramanuja wasn't merely giving the man food for a day, he was providing him with a spiritual tool, a direct connection for sustained provision. The emphasis on sincere faith, or Shraddha, is absolutely key here. It's not rote recitation, but heartfelt belief that activates the power of the mantra.
And then came the truly incredible promise, didn't it?
The core of it, yeah.
Ramanuja told him, "From today, you will not have to beg for food. It will come to your own home."
Imagine hearing that.
Right. The man, understandably, gratefully accepted this incredible gift and left the temple.
And this promise, it wasn't just charity, like we said. It was framed as a direct, divine delivery system. It's a remarkable example of an Acharya not only identifying the core problem, but also offering a profound, spiritually rooted solution that addresses both immediate material need and deeper spiritual connection.
And true to Ramanuja's words, the man was never seen again in the temple's food queue.
Vanished.
And the distribution returned to its peaceful, orderly routine. But soon, the temple priests, the Arkakas, began to notice something astonishing.
Yeah, things got weird.
Although large quantities of food were offered daily to Perumal, Lord Vishnu, when he was brought for distribution, a significant portion would be mysteriously missing. And this wasn't like a small amount.
No, noticeable amounts.
With utmost security in place, they were certain no theft was possible. Whispers naturally began to spread throughout the temple. Perhaps the poor man, despite his absence, was somehow secretly stealing food after all.
It's fascinating how the mystery deepens here, isn't it? Hinting at something far beyond the ordinary.
Exactly.
This isn't just about a man finding food anymore. It's about a divine intervention that impacts even the sacred temple offerings themselves. It really sets the stage for the revelation of who the true provider is. Ramanuja himself sought the man, apparently, but he couldn't be found. His family, perhaps due to their improved circumstances or maybe just to avoid further questioning, had even moved away from Srirangam.
Right, they were gone. And here's where it gets really interesting.
The big reveal.
Some weeks later, while crossing the sacred Kaladam River, Ramanuja heard a voice calling, "Swami! Swami!" He turned and saw the same Vaishnava, not alone, but with all his 16 children.
All 16.
And the transformation was astounding. Those once frail, starving children now appeared, the sources say strong Pushtiana, Sundara Rupamana, glowing with health and happiness.
It's an incredible visual, isn't it? The proof was right there.
Absolutely. The man, overcome with emotion, fell at Ramanuja's feet with tears streaming down his face. He cried, "Swami, by your divine grace, your krupai, every day a divine boy comes, morning and evening, carrying blessed food for us.
A divine boy.
My children are no longer sick. We live without hunger. I constantly do the chanting Bhuthabhinama as you instructed."
He kept his side of the bargain, the faith.
Exactly. Ramanuja, perhaps testing him or just letting the story unfold naturally, asked, "Who is this boy? What is his name?"
The man replied, he said, "I am the servant of Sri Ramanuja."
Wow. So when the man said that, what did that immediately click for Ramanuja? What was the profound realization he had in that moment?
That statement, "I am the servant of Sri Ramanuja," immediately resonated deep within Ramanuja. It sparked this profound surge of devotion, of Bhakti.
I bet.
He realized with absolute certainty it was none other than Sri Ranganatha himself, Lord Vishnu, obeying his words as the Acharya.
The Lord himself.
The divine had taken on the humble role of his servant, his dasan, and was personally carrying the blessed food, the Prasadam, to nourish his devotees' family. Truly, Bhutavit, the sustainer of all beings, had revealed his true nature, his Svarupam, in the most humble and direct way imaginable.
Incredible.
And what's truly profound here is this reversal of traditional power dynamics. For the divine, the ultimate sustainer, to act as a servant for a devotee. Well, it fundamentally reshapes our understanding of divine compassion and accessibility.
It really does.
It's a testament to how sincere faith and surrender, Shraddha and Sharagati, can move the very fabric of the universe. It shows God's direct and personal response to devotion rather than merely observing it from afar.
So what does this all mean for us today? Beyond just a beautiful story from centuries past, does it
Yeah.
still resonate?
Or absolutely, the impact of this incident isn't confined to history books. Even today in Srirangam, the afternoon food distribution, known as Parivasam Prasadam, is handled differently. It's not sold in counters like other offerings.
Really? How is it handled?
It is simply distributed freely to the public. The underlying belief, stemming directly from this story, is that Perumal alone decides who should receive it and how much.
Wow, so that practice directly reflects this event.
Exactly. It's a fascinating connection, showing how this specific extraordinary event continues to shape a real-world daily practice within the temple. This isn't just some archaic ritual, it's a daily, tangible expression of that ancient promise. It tells us that divine providence isn't just a story from the past, but potentially an active, ongoing force. It challenges our modern assumptions about scarcity and control, maybe.
Yeah.
It reminds every devotee who receives that prasadam that their sustenance is ultimately a gift, freely given, just as it was for that desperate father centuries ago. It's a living testament to the power of the Vutava mantra and the enduring grace of the Acharya.
From a desperate father with 16 hungry children to a family sustained directly by the divine itself. This deep dive into Vutthavart reveals the incredible power of faith, the wisdom and compassion of an Acharya, and, well, the ultimate, profound promise of sustenance that transcends all expectation.
And as we close, maybe consider this. How seemingly small acts of sincere faith, even knowing just a small portion of a profound truth like that man did, can potentially lead to monumental, even miraculous transformations in one's life.
Yeah.
What does it truly mean to trust that the universe, or a higher power, however you conceive it, can sustain you in ways you never imagined?
That's a powerful idea to sit with. And it makes me think, how often do we overlook the profound truths in ancient wisdom because we're so focused on immediate, tangible solutions, the quick fixes?
It's a great point. We often want the practical plan, the five-step solution.
Right. This story truly challenges that perspective. It invites us to consider what possibilities might open up when we connect with these timeless principles with simple, profound faith.